I'm rather pleased with some drawings I've done on my hand. I'm going to give a talk on corticosteroid injections into the hand and wrist, and I've labelled up, I've drawn on my hand a bit, and I thought I'd not waste it, so I'd make a video out of this. So here are some of the key bits. So if you're going to be doing corticosteroid injections into de Quervain's tendons, these are the two subsheaths here, and you inject transversely, either that way or that way, to make sure that you get into both of the subcompartments, because there may be a subsheath in here. And then if you're injecting the radiocarpal joint, there's a soft spot just here, just there, where you put an arthroscope in, and that's where you go into the radiocarpal joint. If you're going into the thumb base, you've got to pull on the thumb a little bit and stuff it in here between the thumb metacarpal. You tend to walk it down the metacarpal until you fall into the joint. You usually get up to 1 mil in there. The more tricky one to do is this one, the STT joint, between the scaphoid and trapezium. You probably need ultrasound for that. Around here, difficult to get into the distal radio-ulnar joint, but you can easily enough feel the TFCC in here, in the ulnar gutter. And between the ECU tendon and the FCU tendon here, you can usually find a little soft spot just there, and stuff a needle in here for ulnar gutter impingement. That sometimes helps with acutely inflamed TFCCs that aren't necessarily significantly torn. Here's the ECU. If you do this synergy test, you can see it standing up here like this, and you can feel that tendon quite easily, and usually inject that transversely. Rarely you see an FCU tendinopathy as it goes into the pisiform just around here, and you can feel that quite easily here, and you can inject here. You've got around here carpal tunnel. You can see the median nerve there, you want to avoid that. So you want to go just to the ulnar side of the median nerve. It tends to sit towards the radial side. I tend to go proximal to the carpal tunnel, which is this structure here. And then FCR injection, you can feel that separate to the carpal tunnel, the median nerve in here. By the way, there's usually a palmaris longus just down here as well. And then here's the FCR tendon, and sometimes you put a little injection in that for FCR tendinopathy. You can inject the carpal tunnel from here, not many people do that. Find the gap between the ulnar nerve and the median nerve. Ulnar nerve coming through Guillon's canal here, median nerve going off there, supplying the thumb. It's always got these branches which cross over the thumb, a pulley to the, and that's where you do a trigger thumb injection. Then you try to avoid these branches, these nerve branches here. And then if you're doing say a middle finger trigger injection, you go in here. I tend to go in here, some people go in here, it doesn't really matter. The tendon sheath, the steroid goes along the tendon sheath like that. And the same for each of the other fingers along there. Tend to go at the level of the A1 pulley, which is perhaps a bit more proximal than you might think. That's pretty much all the sites that I tend to inject in the hand. You can inject the interphalangeal joints. I tend to go from the side, get underneath the extensor tendon, feel my way in. You can do that here as well. And that's pretty much all the sites I inject.